have visuals on threat. Targeting in T-minus 5 seconds. Bringing it on screen now. It's all yours, General.
Roger that, Control. All Hulkbusters, set turrets to remote. Maintain a circumference and we'll do the rest.
Human heard the General. Keep tight and inside. Watch your back. Push the auto trigger. Hit it with everything you've got, boys. Let's show Dr. Banner what it means to mess with the United States Army.
So we also made the first Hulk game on the current gen consoles. And after we finished, it was quite successful, and we had a lot of great feedback from players and Hulk fans and Marvel fans. We did a lot of research. We went online, listened to all the different message boards. We did focus tests with players that had played the game. We really wanted to listen to them, figure out what they wanted in, what's the Hulk experience they're looking for. So some of the things we found were, one, they didn't really like playing Banner too much. And so we really wanted to spend more effort just focusing on being the Hulk, having the savage power of being the Hulk. So we focused on that, and the other abilities like the jumping and the locomotion, nothing can stop you as the Hulk. We did a bit of that in the first title, but this time we went way overboard. And everything in this game is over the top. Action on the Richter scale. In the first game we had destruction. We did a really good job of the sense of destroying lots of things in the environment. Where in this title, there's every single thing in this game is destructible. There's not one thing you can't destroy. There's not one thing you can't pick up and use as a weapon to your advantage, or what we call weaponization. Take that and transform it into a new object. So you can take a construction truck and smash it to pieces and rip off the ball and chain aspect of the construction truck and use the ball and chain as a weapon. Or take a missile truck, pull off the missiles and use them as ranged attacks, so you're not just being a melee character, you got ranged attacks as well. So everything from the free roaming aspect of the game, where you find the missions in the game, to the combat system, which has been enhanced, to the fantastic graphics, this length of the game. We've got 30 story missions, 40 side challenges, 6 boss fights and boss arenas, 2 massive worlds. Basically this game takes everything we did right in the first game, fixes all the things we did wrong, and then times it by 10 as far as content and action. The first game we based off the movie. This is not a sequel. This is an original game with an original story penned by Paul Jenkins, an Eisner Award-winning author of the Hulk for over 2 years, author of all sorts of other great comics. So he came up with the original story, which is the basis for this game. So it's got comic book as its roots. It's got the history of the Hulk as to draw from. And so we wanted to make sure that we maintain the continuity of the Hulk. We maintain the universe of Marvel and the Hulk. And we really wanted to draw everything we can from that rich history. So there is sort of a wide band of Hulk on the moral scale. And so this is not necessarily your friendly Hulk. This Hulk not necessarily is the Ultimates Hulk either, where you're going to rip your head off. But it's very dark, darker than anything you've seen with the Hulk in any video game yet. And we're pushing the envelope on that, and we're very happy with the energy and the action that comes out of that, and the sense of intensity of being the Hulk. To help with maintaining this authenticity of this and being in the sort of the authentic universe of Marvel and with obviously the Hulk, we have also brought in Brian Hitch, who's an awesome artist, does a lot of the art for the Ultimates. He's fantastic work. He did a lot of the concept sketches and the work to help us build all our enemies for the game and some of the boss characters as well. It's fantastic work. You can actually see it in the game as collectibles, so you can actually collect it. There's some, obviously you're going to see some of that in some of the screenshots that you got on your site. It's just beautiful work, and it was quite inspiring for the people on the team that are comic book fans to have been involved, to have him and Paul. And so, like I said, this is very authentic to the whole Hulk and Marvel universe. The interesting things about what we've done, both in the story and in the game structure. First off, you got the free roaming nature of the game, the open-ended world. You can go out, destroy, do whatever you want, and the city will respond to you, send strike teams out against you. So you can actually, you gain things by destroying things, but then you get gameplay also, and you defeat the gameplay, defeat the enemies, and the situation's thrown at you, and you get big bonuses. So you got that sort of aspect to the game. You also have the sort of side missions and the side challenges, and you got the story challenges, so it's out there for you to discover. So you can actually create your own little story in the sense of how you're playing and how you want to upgrade the Hulk. With everything you destroy, you get smash points. That's your currency for the game. And with those smash points, we have over 150 moves in the game, 70 of which you can actually buy to upgrade and change the Hulk character. So different special moves. I mean, in the first game we had Sonic Clap as sort of a signature move. In this thing we've got devastation attacks called Devastators. They're just huge, massive attacks that can take out a whole city block. It's like a tactical nuke. So with all sorts of fantastic moves that a lot of the hardcore fans are going to recognize when they actually play, and they're going to really be happy with. Way over the top of what we were able to do in the first title. And as far as the story progression, so you've got the things of the challenges is to sort of change up the pace of the gameplay. You got the free roaming to keep you sort of interested in moving you along, and upgrading and getting points and progressing and getting stronger. But you also we have 7 chapters here with 6 different boss fights, and the story is told through. I'm not going to go into all the length and all the other things just yet with regards to the story, but awesome FMV and NAS work, awesome voice talent that was contributed to this, big names that comic book fans are going to recognize and really be happy with. And the basic story arc, without revealing too much, Paul put together really something which we've got some reveals happening in the next few months. Again, something never been done between comics and video games, which is going to be really exciting to the fan. But the basic story arc is, there's a new sort of dark element that's growing in Banner's mind, and he's trying to cure himself of this new dark menace. Of course, also trying to cure himself of the whole Hulk of his affliction. And so as he's doing this, there's also the Division, and there's also General Ross with the Army. There's 2 different factions there. And leading up the Division is Emil Blonsky, who the fans would recognize is the human form of the Abomination. And so this is also a retelling of the Abomination origin. So we got some really cool things and lots of different twists that people aren't going to expect to draw you through the game. And we're really happy with that.
Now he's even more dangerous.
So one of the key things is being the strongest one there is, being the Hulk, is this unstoppable motion, unstoppable movement. So every move, you can chain them all together. It never stops. The animations in this game are just fantastic. We've got tons of great animation work, all flowing together. All the attacks are very intuitive. There's going to be tons of moments where you're going to say to yourself, I can't believe I just did that. We've got a great tutorial that you can play or not play, depending, that teaches you how to do the moves. When you buy the moves, you also get a training session for some of the moves, so you actually know how to pull them off. And in the pause menu, you can always go to a reference chart of all the moves that you've bought, so you can see how to pull them off. So you always feel like you're in control. To be able to create the ultimate game for the Hulk, the ultimate destruction game, we really had to rethink our technology. With Simpsons Hit and Run, we had a free roaming world, lots of content being streaming there. We've done it in our, the Scarface game we're making, and we've got a really robust technology at Radical Entertainment. We've got an advanced technology group that does nothing but research and develop. Our physics system, which is over the top, you can see in the game, everything can be picked up under physics control, throw, destroy, it's fantastic. The rendering technology we had to go back and redo, because you can see across the entire city. You can climb the tallest building and look at the entire environment. So we wanted to redo our rendering system. And while all the special effects and the particles and everything going off, you can see all the explosions and what's not that's going on, tying with all the audio, with the streaming of animations to make sure you got all the animations you can have in the game, with all the enemies, all the different traffic, all the textures, and with the city, because you change from environment to environment within the city or in the Badlands. So our technology, we have one of the most advanced streaming engines in the world for current gen consoles, and you'll see that in all our titles, taking advantage of that to maximize all the content you can get into the game. If we don't get nominated for audio awards, if we don't get nominated for animation awards, and if people aren't saying, holy cow, I can't believe I just did that, and that this is not the best superhero game that they've ever played, I'll give you guys all t-shirts. This is going to be the best superhero game ever today.